tonight to celebrate Lonnie Lee's 60th birthday. Is that right, Suzanne? Just shave 10 off it. I'm certainly not going to speak as long as Rob Oakeshott did yesterday.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, how good was that as a speech? Was that a good long speech?
It was pathetic.
Ended up with the wrong result at the end of 22 minutes. Anyway, that's a political point. I started playing Lonnie Lee records on the radio back in 1959, which is when Lonnie Lee started presenting records to the radio. So I think I'm a little equipped to be here tonight to say just a few words, and there will be a few words on Lonnie Lee's behalf, and we wish him a very happy 70th birthday. I think it's fabulous that all of you have turned up tonight to be with Lonnie and the lads and his wife to celebrate a rather momentous occasion in anybody's life. God, strike, we're all getting old, aren't we? Lonnie is 70 in a few days' time. Bob Rogers is in his 80s, and of course Bob would be one of the first to have played a Lonnie Lee record ever. Laws is 75, I'm 68. We're all getting very old, aren't we? Apart from some of the people in the room who are not in the least bit old and are having a bit of a snigger. I noticed, however, when I went to a recent Lonnie Lee concert, that there really were, and I mean it quite genuinely, a lot of very young people in the audience. So music, good music that is, transcends all ages. It doesn't matter what age you are. When you're presenting music, if you're presenting good music and being a very good entertainer, you will entertain people of all demographics, which is what Lonnie Lee does. I'd have to say that Lonnie Lee is one of the most professional guys in the business. I mean, you have to be professional, of course, to survive for 54 years, but I mean, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he writes books. He's diverse from his normal show. I mean, after 54 years, you think, and a lot of people do it, a lot of entertainers do it, they still get out on stage 45, 50, whatever years later on, and they present their hit songs that they were doing all those years ago. Well, Lonnie certainly sings those songs because the audience want to hear them. But he diversifies. He does a Johnny Ray show, which is absolutely fantastic. And we saw, who's seen the Johnny Ray show that Lonnie Lee does? Yeah, it's brilliant. Because he obviously thought that Johnny Ray was the Ants Pants, and he gets on and does a Johnny Ray show, and he sings all of Johnny's songs, and he comes back in the second half and does his own shows. I believe, and I've not seen it, that he does an Elvis show. What's the show called? Elvis? Hillbilly Cat. Fantastic name. If you want to see that show, and I might go along myself this coming Saturday night at the Blacktown Workers Club, he'll be doing his Elvis Hillbilly Cat show. I know he's going out on a cruise, and who wouldn't want to be on this cruise called Blue Suede Cruise, along with a lot of other rockers. That will be on the beautiful Rhapsody of the Seas, and that leaves in November. Imagine being on the high seas with Lonnie Lee and all that great music and a few of the other guys along the way. As I say on the website, there are photographs. The website's just the best website I've ever seen for an entertainer, and I mean that from the heart. Photographs of here and way back in the past. It gives you the tour dates about where he's going to be performing, etc., etc., etc. He worked at 2GB when he left work, and I know he's just not here at the moment, so he may not hear me, because he must have worked for exactly the same person I worked for. I worked for Pat Halliday at 2GB as an office boy in 1958. So I bet pounds to peanuts that Lonnie Lee worked for Pat Halliday as an office boy probably a couple of years earlier to that. His start in show business was in 1956 on the iconic Alan Tui amateur, and he received invitations from various hotels because they liked what they heard on the amateur, and they said, well, come and sing for us. So he was receiving money like £1.10 to do 1 or 2 hour shows. That's really not all that much bad money, actually, for 55, 56. The first record was Ain't It So, and that was 1959. It was written in collaboration with the iconic Johnny O'Keefe. Lonnie Lee had 8 national #1 hit records. There was Starlight, Star Bright, there was Yes Indeed I Do, there was Defenseless, and my absolute favourite, I don't know whether you agree or not one of the biggest hit records for Lonnie. It was a #1, however, When the Bells Stop Ringing. I think it's just what a good song is that, and I can't wait to play it every time I get an opportunity on the radio. He was on Bandstand a lot, he was on 6 o'clock Rock a lot.